Let me get her on stage.
Hello.
Also, let me say thank you to everybody that got the timer going like 10 minutes and then it looped back around 10 minutes and then it looped back around 10 minutes. I was like, oh no. I said it to go too early, you guys. So all of you who saw the timer, I apologize that I may have given you like a fake start where it was like, oh, we're almost there. And I was like, nope, loop.
Oh my gosh. We're just keeping people on their toes. You know,
Yeah.
who's paying attention to the timer?
And we actually have, well, looks like we're live right now. And we got about 19 people watching. So everybody is very excited for this specific topic.
Oh, hey. So excited for this. I love it. I'm going to share this over in my group real quick too. I don't know if we're in all the places. So let me go ahead and do that.
Casey's like, y'all just scared the crap out of me. I forgot I had this up. So I'm in here just like the Kool-Aid man jumping in. Hey guys.
I'm a little loud. So,
You're loud. I'm loud. And then when you and I get together, it's like decibel levels. Ooh, somebody's saying hello from Wisconsin. What's up? I'm in Wisconsin. We're going to go get some line and kugel and cheese grits. You can have line and kugels and cheese grits too, Becky. Anytime you want to come.
I'm up for it. Hey, am I being glitchy again? Like I was last time?
No, I don't see you being glitchy. You look wonderful.
Okay, just making sure. Perfect.
Too. Yes. Oh, Ohio, Cali, Indiana, Virginia. Wow, you guys, everybody's everywhere.
So good. Well, we're excited we're here. We're talking about getting ghosted today.
And getting ghosted.
We are normalizing getting ghosted today.
I like that. We're normalizing that ghosting is normal and it's not your fault, but it's your problem. But it'll be fine. And that's why we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit about how to avoid getting ghosted. But mostly this is going to be Miss Becky giving us her amazing thought processes on the ghosting.
Well, let's do this. And oh, we are on my business page too. I think we're in all the places. I'm going to share this to my groups just in case. It is not there. I might be double sharing it. Let me know if somebody's watching in one of my groups. If you're not in the group, come hang out in the Project Broadcast group, but also the Modern Direct Seller Tribe group. Those are good places to hang here on Facebook.
Perfect.
But let's talk about ghosting. So raise your hand in the comments if you've been ghosted before. Right? Okay.
Good to hands.
And perfect timing. It's almost October, so we can talk about scary things like getting ghosted. Literally got ghosted yesterday. Okay, so first off, I think let's just okay. Raising hands for everything. Yep. I mean, I love it and I don't love it, but I think that this shows that it happens to everyone, right? And I think sometimes we take it really personal and we feel like it's an us thing, like, oh, this doesn't happen to anyone else, or one, it must have been something I said. How many people are like, okay, I'm getting ghosted because I wrote the wrong thing, I sent the wrong thing, they think I'm being salesy, they think I'm being pushy, they think that I'm being weird, they don't know who I am, right? We tell ourselves these stories when we get ghosted, which are in fact probably not true, right? The reality is they got busy and they didn't respond to your text, or they were in the middle of making dinner or driving their kids to school, or they were working and they saw your message, had the best intentions to respond, but life happened. So I think it's super, super important to recognize that it's not you, it's probably them. But we don't have to call them out. We can be nice about it. And I'm going to share some suggestions on how to do that in a very tasteful, classy way. But between all of us here on this live stream, it's probably not you. It's more likely them. They got busy. Life happened. They got lost in the shuffle. Like, how many times does that happen to us where we're like, oh, she did text me and I meant, and then you run into them somewhere, right? Like real life friends when you see them and you're like, I'm so sorry you texted me last week and I totally forgot that right? Like
It's
this
a
is
true
the
story.
life that we're living in, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like
And I'm
how
the
many notifications do we get every day? Like a gazillion. So you're one of many notifications that that person receives. So it's probably not you. It's probably them.
yeah.
That's my TED talk.
You get your TED talk and get up on your soapbox because I agree with you. Yep, I say my mind is not as wide as my hips. I'm the same way where I'm like, I catastrophize what could have happened, why they didn't respond back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, there's songs, there's memes about it where it's like left on red, ghosted, or even in Facebook messages where you see the little circle pop up that they read it, but then they don't respond. So it's like, should you take this personally? And then you go down the rabbit hole. So that's why I think everybody's so dang excited.
Or if you're me over here, I see your message and then I mark it as unread. It probably shows red on your side, but it's really unread on mine because I'm like, I got to go back to that.
Correct that. I'm the same way. Like, I can't think long enough, you guys. If I have like 15 messages and I'm like, wait, I have to do more with this than that moment, I'll mark it as unread, but you see it as read.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I am paying attention. I just need to take more time with you. And I can't, my brain's not there yet.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Or yeah, I'm in the middle of 14 other things. And this requires more actual brain power than a quick yes, no answer. So I'm just gonna come back to it. I'm gonna come back to it. But it is something when you see that they've seen it and then they didn't respond, you're kind of like, oh, like, is it something I said? Is it me? Is it me? No, it's not you. It's them.
It's them. They're busy. They're very busy. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about, so first of all, we've normalized it. Like
Yes.
everyone raised their hands. It happens to all of us. It's probably not you. It's likely them just being busy and life happening all the time, right? So, Johanna, what are your tips at that point, right? Like you've been ghosted, we've sent something, we didn't get a response. Do we just ignore that nobody replied and wait until we get the guts 3 weeks later to send another message? Or do we follow up? This is a test.
This might not be the right approach. So I'm vicious. So you let me know if you don't feel bad if you have a different opinion than me, everybody in the comments. From the idea of Project Broadcast, if I have sent you a message and you haven't responded, and I intentionally did like a call to action, it was very amicable. There's consent there as far as like I know that they wanted this text message, or at least introducing myself because they're a customer of mine. I will usually send one more message to follow up and just, hey, this is Johanna. Just want to make sure you got this. I didn't hear back from you. But after that, I don't want to spend credits on them. So I usually archive that person or I don't follow up with them. And sometimes that second message I send them, it's not like a breakup message, but it's like, I'm not going to bother you if, you don't respond because I don't want to bother them. Yeah. So it's like, ooh. So the phrase that went around for a while was bless and release.
Yeah.
But that is my mentality. And I know some other people they have the same mentality, but they take it a couple steps further, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely think you need one follow-up message.
Yeah.
Because the reality is they got busy, right? Yeah. But in that message, I think there's a couple of things that you can do to be really strategic about what you say. Like, I love that you said, I didn't hear back from you. Did you get that last message? Just wanted to make sure it came through, right? Like, by all means, let's blame the technology. Like, did you get it? I don't know if this is working, right? And this works in like a Facebook message or like on other technology too. Like you can blame the algorithm. I say this all the time, right? Like,
yeah.
Facebook is so wonky these days. I don't know if you got my notification that I'm live with Johanna and Project Broadcast. Did you miss it? Right? Or did you hear about it? Did you know it was happening?
Got you.
Totally okay. And I mean, that's the reality too, right?
Yes.
okay to just say, just making sure you got it, wanted to make sure you received it. I
Mhm.
also love kind of blaming it on yourself. So we've all
Oh, yeah.
secretly know here that it's probably them, not you. But you
Oh,
can definitely say something like, I don't know about you, Joanna, but this week got crazy over here. I just wanted to circle back. Did you see my last message? Or did you have any questions about that?
that's because
Or I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. Like,
you're my
I'll
person.
take ownership of this. My life got crazy, and I didn't want you to think I forgot about you.
I love that though, because the last thing you want is to put somebody on the defense, right? Like you forgot.
Yeah,
Obviously, you forgot. That's what I would say to them. Obviously, you forgot. Did you get my message? That's not going to end well. Like that's not going to go well
no,
for anything. And I'm a naturally like very sympathetic, empathetic person, so
yeah,
I will naturally take the blame, even though I know it was your fault.
right.
I'll be like, it must have been something I did. So it just puts that person and it's probably trauma, but it puts that person in a better mood and a lot more able to kind of work with you.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
100%.
and then they don't feel like you've called them out for not
Yeah.
responding, right? Then it's just more of a like, hey, oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but this week got wild. Like, I don't even know what happened. I can't believe it's Friday. It's almost October. Oh my gosh. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. Just checking back in on this.
Hmm.
It's as simple as that. It doesn't need to be a long message. It doesn't need to be an elaborate life story about what happened this week to you. It can simply be just circling back on this. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you.
I have to tell you, one, this person, it only says Facebook user. So if you guys have a chance to allow StreamYard to grab your information, let them so I can see your name. But they brought up a good point, which was they spent 3 years texting somebody and they never responded back. And they gambled with it and it worked out well because they signed up the wife and daughter. So there are instances where this does work. You just have to decide
Yeah.
profit and loss if you can expend those credits or expend that energy towards those people. And then secondly, I was listening to a TikTok. I know every time I come up with something, I usually say I was listening to a TikTok. And the thing, one of the things you can say instead of like circling back around or checking in or just is to say, does it make sense to have a Zoom over this? Does it make sense to look at this together? And I was like, I'm going to start incorporating that. So if you've been getting in messages from me, you are going to hear me start using this phrasing because they said it kind of makes it more important. Like
Yeah.
you're not like aggressively stomping into their life, but you're saying something like, does it make sense to check this out right now?
I
And
love
I
that.
love
I
it.
love
Or is it
that.
possible we can? I was just like, this
Yeah.
is so much. I love
Yeah.
it.
Here's another one. This is like, I can't take credit for this either, but it's like the famous 7-word email. Totally, you can do this on text.
Right?
Let's see if I got the right numbers right. Are you still interested in blank?
So is that
That's
a
it.
thing? Or like it's
It's
short
a
and
thing. It's a thing. It's an email thing. It's a strategy.
okay. Okay.
And it might say, are you still interested in direct sales training? Are you still interested in learning about text automation? It's as simple as that. 7-ish words. But you can definitely use that over text. Are you still interested in Scentsy? Are you still interested in Pampered Chef? Are you still interested in products from Tastefully Simple? Whatever that might be for you, super simple, but a great way to re-engage those people that maybe haven't been responding, maybe haven't been engaging, maybe have kind of been ghosting you, but to get a response back to say yes,
Yeah.
then that opens up a huge conversation. Yes, you're interested in direct sales training? Cool. How can I help you with that?
Yeah.
Right?
They say that it basically encompasses the entire
Yeah.
thought process. I just looked it up. I was like, what?
She thought I was making something up. She just fact checked
No,
me.
I was like, and immediately it's like the magic 7-word phrase, the magic 9-word phrase. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, and if they say no, Julia, like great point coming up here. Scary thought. They might say no, I'm not interested in your thing anymore. Bless and release. Okay. Like,
Ah,
great. I'm not going to waste my project broadcast credits on you. I
yeah.
am going to move on. Yeah. You could delete them from your contacts.
Do
Yeah. And
not.
that might feel scary, but that's actually like clarifying who you should be focusing on in your business.
Yes. Think
So,
about don't spend 90% of your energy on the bottom 10% of those people. They're not
yeah,
worth your time, and they're going to suck up your energy because you're mentally going to think about them. So let's
absolutely.
literally.
Yeah. Another good example from Casey. Are you still interested in books for your kids? Like, who's gonna say no to that? I'm really gonna say yes to that, right? Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay,
ooh, I
great.
like
I'll
that
keep
one.
you. I'll keep you on my list. Like checking back. What kinds of books can I best serve you? Yeah. No, I would use. I think I would use your products. Right? Are you still interested in recipes that are gonna save you time in the kitchen? Are you still interested in cookware that's gonna last a lifetime? Are you still interested? And we could go on for health, clean skincare, whatever that might be. Yeah,
I love that.
absolutely.
No, not for me. Please don't ghost me. I love this. I have a piece pet Canna design. I do the same 7-word with multiple choice. Yes, I'm excited. No need to reschedule. No, not for me. Please don't ghost me. I still like that. Like, I like that you're giving them an opportunity to do what you want them to do. But
Yeah,
I mean, think about the way Becky was doing that was so smart because she was addressing kind of a friction point for people normally. Are you still interested in these recipes that save you 30 minutes of your time every day? Like, duh. Of course I'm interested in saving 30 minutes of my life every day.
yeah,
I love that. That was so well done.
right. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one.
It's
It's
all
truly
all in the way that you're crafting that message and you're keeping it short and sweet. You're ending in a question that's going to prompt a response. And I mean, of course, over text, it's a little bit trickier, especially if you're using Project Broadcast. But if you're sending messages over Instagram or Facebook, I would say for sure send a voice message. I know you can do voice mail messages through Project Broadcast, but right, if you're on social, you can definitely send that in a voice memo to them because they're going to hear that you're genuine. They're going to hear the authenticity in your voice. And it's going to feel a lot more personal than like, oh, she copy pasted that and sent it to 47 other people today. So definitely leverage those voice messages. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
don't be hating on PB. We are working on that. We are working on voice memos.
I'm not hating on it.
Nobody's hating on us. We're working on it. If you want to know the top 2 things everybody asks about, it's voice memos.
Voice message. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, voice memos and voice memos.
Yeah. Voice memos and voice memos. Yes,
So
please.
here
Jake,
we
get on that.
only because Becky likes it. That's the only reason you're.
I do like it. I do like it because you know what? From a receiving end, you're like, oh, I have to push play. What did they say to me? Like, what did they have to say? I have to listen to it because I'm curious. It's a lot easier than just, and then you hear people's voices and you hear the sincerity and yes.
I love it.
Yes to voice messages.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's most
yeah.
powerful. I like it. It's most powerful when you restate their goals or the benefits rather than your company name. Are you still interested in regaining your energy, improving your mood? Oh, I really like that because you're addressing their pain point. And that is literally like your service or your product is supposed to be a solution for them in some capacity. So I really like that.
Yeah. Lead with the solution. Absolutely.
This is a good question here. If you archive and delete them out of Project Broadcast and they message you later, do you get that message? If you have archived them, no, they are in timeout. They are in timeout. You can't see them. Their chat history is there. So if you want to go back and unarchive them, you can. If you delete them, they're gone. Gonza, no chat history. So you could accidentally import them later. If you do not want to message somebody, I would recommend going to the contact, edit, do not message, and then tag them as like do not message. And you can always pull that person out whenever you get ready to schedule a message. Because you don't, it depends on your goals, but I put people in timeout a lot.
But if they message you back, will you get it, Johanna?
It shouldn't be because they're archived. It shouldn't be. But now I feel like I need to go double check. And yes, you can unarchive them. Somebody asked if we could unarchive them. So
how do you do that?
You can go
I don't know if I've ever archived anyone.
you can go to either you're in the chat with them, you can go to the 3 dots and then click archive contact, or you can go to contacts, 3 dots, archive contacts, and you'll see the minus and the plus sign. You can click plus, add somebody to it, or minus, remove them from it. And it's just, for me, it's a way of like not having people in my list. So when I go to send a message and it's like, you only have 50 credits and you're sending this to 700 people when like 650 of those people are do not messages. So I'm like, no, Project Broadcast, what are you doing? Stop it. So I get that. What is this? We are getting a lot of questions today. I'm not gonna lie.
We've got questions. Everyone wants to talk about getting ghosted. I'm here for it. This is great.
If over a PB text you ask such a question, if they never reply, it's a time to archive. The person would never interact with your messages. I have one opinion about this, Becky. Do you want to give your opinion about it? You can.
So I feel like if you sent 2 messages and they haven't responded, I wouldn't give up on them yet. I feel like I would kind of keep them in the loop, try to nurture that relationship, maybe even ask like more of a personal question that's not related to business at all to try to re-engage and get a conversation started before I would fully like put them in the timeout corner. Yeah. I think I would try a few more times, especially if it was a lead at an event where they willingly gave you their information, a customer that shopped with you before. We want to keep in touch with them, even if they're maybe not a texter, even if they're not responding. We want to stay in the loop. If they're not telling you to stop, right? They're not opting out. Yes. Then I might try a few more times to engage with them. Because for so many people, it is a timing issue, right? Like, okay, I'm not in the market of buying children's books right now because I don't have any kids, but I am an auntie and I shop at the holidays. Okay, Casey, I want to stay on your list because in the holidays might be the right time to shop, right? So I don't know, but I think you're right, Johanna. You have to kind of weigh the expense or the investment of keeping them on the list if you are engaging with them on the regular. But you can segment your list also where you have those people that maybe are less engaged or haven't been responding, and you might be sending a different type of conversation starter to those people too. So I don't know if I would give up on them quite yet.
Okay, so you had me at that segment and dial in the conversation. Because you're right. If I've been sending sales messages, they're not going to respond. They're not. Like, maybe the first 2 times they may respond, but like if you're not sending education and value or a tip or thoughtfulness and kindness, gratitude, you will get ghosted. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you find that you are starting to get ghosted, reevaluate what you're saying, reevaluate kind of like who you're talking to. And then like you said, because if I've been talking to somebody for like a year and they suddenly ghost me, I'm going to probably still text them because we've been talking for a long time. Yeah. So we have that rapport built. Oh, hold on, you guys. I'm getting to your questions. I'm sorry.
Lots of good questions.
I went through it. A customer's chat this week and some of the messages appeared, aged out. So PB has a constant history. It never goes away. If you're having any issues with that, text me. Let me get my Project Broadcast number out here for you guys. You can contact support or you can text me at the PB Success team and we can dive in and look at what's going on with your PB account. But the chat history is in there forever. CJ, I've never used PB before. Is this something you use for team things, group newsfeed? So Project Broadcast is text marketing. You can use it for prospects, customers, team members, and it's basically a way to automate messages to send out to people, whether it's you want to send out, hey, I've got this event going on, click the link, or if it's to send them a customer onboarding series, or even to prospect. Let me get back to ghosting at that timeout corner. Yes, I am funny with that. I want to say, guys, I'm so sorry. So when you are texting with over 1,000 people, is there a way to sort and find those that have never texted back? Yes. In Project Broadcast, you can use the advanced search feature. It's a blue magnifying glass. When you click contacts, you'll see the little search box come up, a blue magnifying glass. Tap that. Scroll down to do not reply, I think is what it is. Let me look really quick. My brain's shutting off. Not the chats. You want to go to contacts, and it's not no reply sent. I click that button. I put a certain date on there, and those are my people that haven't chatted with me since then. And I usually tag them and send them a message to check in with them because I'm like, what's going on?
I love that.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
21-day challenge for leads. It sets the schedule for days. Yep, somebody's. Oh yeah, before you give up, it's about 7 tries. I've heard somebody in the chat mentioned 6 to 12 attempts, and I've heard that before too. Again, like Becky said, it's really up to you on what your vibe is.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of data out there on that, right? Like, you know, it used to be the old saying that it takes people 7 times to see something before making a purchase. I've heard that those numbers have escalated significantly since we all hang out on social media and see a gazillion things all the time. Like I've heard it's in the 20s or 30s, like something incredibly high. But I think if you're having a direct message with them and you have their phone number, there has probably been some introduction at some point to you and your business and your products. So hopefully it doesn't take 7 tries. I mean, hopefully it's less than that to move a lead into a customer. But we know that for some people, that lead to customer cycle is very short and it happens very quickly and they make a purchase. Others, they can be on your list for 3 years, like somebody said earlier. And then they finally decide to join your team, host an event. Like you just never know, right? Like, and I see it a lot. And I'm sure, Johanna, you have these kinds of insights too on the project broadcast side. But like I look at my email list and I can see when people have downloaded things from me, when they've opened my emails and they've clicked on my emails, all kinds of data and analytics there. And every once in a while, I'll take a peek at somebody that recently joins the academy, for example, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, they've been on my list for 4 years and they've downloaded all the things and they've opened all the things, they've clicked on all the things. And it just took a little while before they like fully jumped into the membership program. So everyone's a little bit different. And I feel like that's where you just have to kind of meet people where they're at.
Somebody said, how do you get PB? I linked below themoderndirectseller.com.
Thank you.
This also gets you some amazing stuff from Miss Becky.
We do have amazing stuff.
Yeah, check
it
out.
We have bundle codes. We have some great examples of how you can leverage Project Broadcast for your direct sales business.
Yeah, check that out.
Julia, that's me. See, Julia's owning it. She's like, I was on your list forever. And then finally took that next step to jump in. And that's totally fine. Like we know that for some people, it takes a little bit longer. Other people make an impulse decision the first time they see somebody's ad. Like you just don't know. That's sales.
Yes. We get it though, Becky. That's all of us, Becky. That's all of us. All of us. Yes. Julia, Becky, all of us. We're here for you. We get it. Somebody said it takes about 24 exposures because we're just inundated. And that makes sense. Just like Becky said, we're all over TikTok, Facebook. And if you haven't noticed, TikTok now has their shop icon on there that you can click on.
Yes. That's new.
And, you know, that's great because there are so many people that have made businesses on TikTok. So whatever the case may be, yes, we are inundated. So that's why I was talking to Emily Tassani today. She's an Instagram coach, and she was like, if your feed is at 5%, you're getting 5% engagement, then be consistent because you will see that change. Yeah. Like just keep going. You have to be consistent. And so with text message, there's that line you got to draw, but it's also, you have to be consistent in your value and education. And wasn't giveaway.
Just to loop back to what you said earlier, if you're not getting any responses to your texts on the regular, you go back and watch some of our videos over the last couple of weeks because we chatted a little bit about how to get responses, how to have conversations at scale, how to shorten things up, how to end in a conversation, how to keep things really easy for people to respond back to with a yes, no, and ABCD, right? So definitely take a peek at those because if you're consistently not getting any responses, then you might need to make a little bit of an adjustment. And it might not be a lot. It might just be a small adjustment to really see a big difference in your engagement. Oftentimes it's just wording the way that you're engaging with people and the type of content you're showing up.
Ooh, here's a good question. How do we get all the stuff we already have? If you already have a PB account and you want all the cool stuff that Becky's talking about, that link I just posted, you can follow her directions. I'm texting, I think it's, hold on. It's this one, moderndirectseller.com/PB. She also has instructions on there about how to get all the cool stuff she has. And you guys, if you haven't already checked out the stuff she's got going on, even the quiz. I'm still about the quiz that you did because it was just.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun with that quiz. So much fun. I love it. Yeah, and we have, I mean, if you're on my email list or on my text list, you're probably getting a reminder tomorrow. But tomorrow is the last day of our fall enrollment for the Modern Direct Seller Academy. So we have some cool bonuses that we've built in that expire tomorrow. So if you haven't checked it out, moderndirectselleracademy.com, there's all kinds of good stuff over there.
Yeah, y'all did it. We hit our 30 minutes without even noticing today.
We sure did. So many good questions today. This was a blast. And I love that this topic was relevant to so many of you. If anything, I hope you walk away from today feeling like, all right, I'm not the only one that gets ghosted. And okay, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's them. Maybe I need to do a little bit of follow-up. Maybe I need to circle back, check back in, maybe use that 7-word text / email / whatever you want to call it to really get some engagement going. And Johanna, you brought all the tips today on segmenting and moving people into the timeout corner. I mean, a lot of this is even new for me. So I appreciate this so much.
And this, you guys, this marks the end of Miss Becky and I's event series. And I'm really bummed about it. I'm going to harass her come in the next couple months to see when the next time I can get on her schedule and bring her back in here. So I want to say a huge thank you to you for basically starting off all the collaborations and really setting the standard very high for people to come in and talk.
I love it. No, this has been so much fun. I will come back anytime. You let me know when, and I'm here for it. We could hang out and talk all day. So I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, and I will update those emails. So if you text me, if you want to put my number in, let's put my number in. I don't know if it'll work, but Myra says, no, please, we need more. It's 619-760-2300. And if you text the word Project Broadcast, I'll send you some bundle codes and some other goodies that will get you started with Project Broadcast or help you out as you're framing your messages to get more responses and to get ghosted less.
Yes, I love that. That's perfect. All right, ma'am. All right, everybody. Thanks for making this a really good one today. And we will chat again soon. All right. Bye, everyone.
Have a good one. Bye, everyone.